Hello students, today we are going to start from question number 9. Already we have finished till question number 8. So let us see from the ninth question. The ninth question, this is from miscellaneous exercise of sequence and series. So see, in this question what we have given, we are doing the questions which will be either from AP or from GP. Since we are doing miscellaneous, the questions will be given in a mixed form. Okay, so here the question is given from GP. They are saying the first term of GP is 1. So here we shall write down first the given things. So we have given that A is equal to 1. That is the one thing given. Sum of third term and fifth term means A3 plus A5 is equal to given as 90. Then what they are saying, we need to find out the value of common ratio. So R will be equal to question mark. So first of all, we shall take the equation A3 plus A5 is equal to 90. That we shall take. Now we'll apply the formula of A3. So A3 will be equal to here A into R square, and A5 would be here A into R to the power 4 is equal to 90. Since you know that the formula of An is equal to A into R to the power n minus 1. Okay, so that formula I have used here. Now further we shall take the A common. Actually we can take A R square common, but there is no use to take the R common because value of R we need to find out. So A we shall take common, and it will be A into the bracket R square plus R to the power 4 is equal to 90. Now value of A is given here 1. So let us put up the value of A is 1 into the bracket R square plus R to the power 4 and then minus 90, because 90 we can bring it this side. So 1 we can ignore because when you multiply in the bracket remain same. So we will get the equation now R to the power 4 plus R square minus 90 is equal to 0. Now you try to remember, in the 10th class also we have done such kind of equation. This equation is called as the reducible quadratic equation. So we shall reduce it in the quadratic equation. So for some time we shall suppose let R square is equal to y. Okay, the value of R square I am supposing equal to y. So R to the power 4 will become here y square. R square I am replacing by y minus 90 is equal to 0. Now we require two numbers whose multiplication should be minus of 90 and addition should be plus 1. So I think we will get plus 10y minus 9y minus 90 is equal to 0. Now we shall take common from the first two terms. We can take common y. So remaining will be here y plus 10, and from here we can take minus 9 common. Remaining will be here y plus 10 again. Now y plus 10 will be common completely. So what will remain here? Y plus 10 we are taking common. Okay, so remaining will be here y minus 9 is equal to 0. So from here we can say that therefore y plus 10 is equal to 0, or we can say y minus 9 will be equal to 0. From here we get the value of y is equal to minus of 10, or we can say that the value of y will be equal to plus 9. Okay, now replace the value of y. What is the value of y we have? Y we have here r square is equal to minus 10, or we can say that r square is equal to 9. Now if we take the first value, we observe the square of r is coming negative, minus of 10, and we know that the square of any number could not be negative. So we will say that since r square cannot be equal to minus of 10, so therefore the value of r square is equal to 9. 9 we can write down as square of 3, right? So square if I cancel, I can say that the value of r will be equal to plus minus possibility will come. So plus minus of 3. Okay, now they were asking the common ratio and this is only the required answer in the question. You can always make the box onto the answer or write the answer as a concluding statement if it is asked in the form of statement. Okay, so this complete question number 9. We shall go little quickly today because a lot of questions are given and we have to complete these things as early as possible. Okay, so question number 10 you see now. In the question number 10, we have given that sum of three numbers in a GP is 56 and if we subtract 1, 7 and 21 from these numbers in that order, we obtain an arithmetic progression. We need to find out the numbers. See, we have given that three numbers in GP. Normally, any three numbers in GP, we suppose by A upon R, A and AR. Okay, but here we shall suppose our numbers are A, AR and AR square. However, technically you can suppose the first set of the number also and second set of the number also. Only for convenience point of view, in such kind of question, we suppose the numbers as A, AR and AR square. If you take the first set of number, that is A upon R, A and AR, the calculation will be little lengthier. Okay, so here remember, if such kind of question is given or such kind of format is given in the question, then you always suppose the number as A, AR and AR square. Okay, so here first we shall write down let required numbers are A, AR and AR square. Okay, now what they are saying, according to the condition. So according to the condition, or you can write down according to the question, we have given that sum of three numbers A plus AR plus AR square is equal to 56. Okay, that is given to us. So from here we will do one thing, we shall take A common. So remaining is 1 plus R square is equal to 56. This is our equation number 1. Okay, now what they are saying, if we subtract 1, 7 and 21, so we'll write down again. Now according to the second condition, what they are saying, we are subtracting 1, 7 and 21 from the given numbers. So from A, if I subtract 1, it will become A minus 1. From AR, if I subtract 7, it will become AR minus 7, right? And from AR square, if I subtract 21, it will be AR square minus 21. And these three numbers are in arithmetic progression that is given to us. Now after subtraction, they will become in AP. Okay, so if these three numbers are in AP, then one thing is very sure that the common difference will be always same, or you can apply the formula of arithmetic mean. The arithmetic mean will be also valid here, means this middle number will be equal to the sum of two numbers divided by 2. Okay, so here we shall apply simple one, common difference. Means if you subtract the first number from the second and second from the third, then the difference will come always same. Means for example, I will write down AR minus 7 minus A minus 1 would be equal to AR square minus 21 minus AR minus 7. Okay, now let us simplify this one. If we simplify, this will be AR minus A minus 7 and then plus 1. Okay, minus 10 I have multiplied. Same way here, it would be AR square minus 21 minus AR, and this will become plus 7. Okay, now again we shall simplify over here. Minus AR, my AR square and minus of AR we can send onto that side, but before we'll do one thing, these numbers we can add, okay, and then we will transpose the term onto that side. So AR minus A, this will be minus of 6 is equal to AR square minus AR and minus 21 plus 7, that will be minus 14. We'll do one thing, since AR square is having the higher exponents, higher power of R, so we'll do one thing, AR, A and then 6, that we can transfer onto right hand side. So we can say or AR square minus AR minus 14 minus AR minus A minus 6, plus A and plus 6 is equal to 0. Correct till here? The first 3 term sign will not change, and next 3 term sign we have changed. So that will be AR minus AR plus A plus 6. So it would be AR square minus AR, and minus AR will become minus of 2AR. Okay, then plus A is coming as it is, minus 14 and plus 6, that will be minus 8. So is equal to 8 I am writing there, means minus 8 is going on that side, so it will become positive. Now I am taking the A common, so remaining is here R square minus 2R plus 1 is equal to 8. This is my second equation. Now what I am doing is, see, we cannot find out the value of A or the value of R until and unless we make equation in one variable. Means we require the equation in such a way it contain only A or only R, then only we can find out the unknown term. If it carries two unknown terms, it is not possible to find out. So to eliminate one particular variable, we shall divide the equation 1 by equation 2. Look at the equation 1. Equation 1 we have A into 1 plus R square is equal to 56. So if we divide equation 1 by equation 2, observe A we have taken common. So A and A will be cancelled. Okay. So here further we'll write down equation 1 we are going to divide by equation 2. So now further, A into the bracket 1 plus R square and is equal to 56 is there. Okay, so first I am writing the left hand part. A into the bracket R square minus 2R plus 1 is equal to 56 upon 8. Okay, once shall we check the equation 1? Equation 1 we have written A into bracket 1 plus R square is equal to 56. Correct. Now from in this equation A and A got cancelled. 8 ones are 8, 8 sevens are 56. Cross multiplication will give us 1 plus R square is equal to 7R square minus 14R and plus 7. Now we shall again transpose the term from left hand side to right hand side. So it will be 7R square minus 14R plus 7 minus 1 minus R and minus R square. All three terms will become negative. Now from 7R square, if I subtract 1R square, this will be 6R square minus 15R. Okay, 14R and R will be added, and 7 minus 1, it will become 6. We can divide the whole equation by 3 because all are multiple of 3. So or we can say it will be 2R square minus 5R plus 2 is equal to 0. Multiplication required plus 4 and addition required minus 5. So I think we can write down 2R square minus 4r square minus 4r minus r plus 2 is equal to 0. Take 2r common. Remaining will be here r minus 2, and from here I am taking minus sign common. So r minus 2 will remain. So finally what value we are going to get? R minus 2 will be common, remaining is 2r minus 1 is equal to 0. So from here directly if we write down, now you know that how to compare with 0. So r will be equal to 2 and 1 upon 2. That is the value of r. Now value of a we shall find out. So value of r 1 by 1 I will put up either in equation 1 or you can put up in equation 2 also. So I am taking here equation 1. So first I am taking if the value of r is equal to 2, then by equation 1. Okay, equation 1 is a into the bracket, that was 1 plus r means 2 plus r square means square of 2 is equal to 56. Okay, little bit we shall calculate orally. 1 plus 2 3, 3 plus 4 7, and 7 8s are 56 because 7 cancel 56. So from here we can say that a will be equal to 7. Therefore according to this situation our numbers are, who will be our numbers? See, numbers we have suppose a, ar and ar square. So a means it is 7, ar means 7 into 2, that is 14. Okay, and ar square means r square is 4, 7 4s are 28. You can check once these numbers are forming GP or not. 14 divided by 7, that is 2, and 28 divided by 14, that is also 2. And if you add all of them, then definitely they will give you a sum 56. 14 plus 7, no, it is not giving sum 56. Somewhere we are doing mistake. Let's check once again. Value of a is 7, then ar will be 7 into 2 14 and 7 into 4 28. So I think we have given that sum is 56. Sum of three numbers in GP is 56. So 56 should be obtained. I think sum is not coming 56. So somewhere I think we are doing mistake. This is sum is coming 21 is coming. We require 28. So our numbers are, once we will check a, ar and ar square. So a means it is coming 1 plus 2 3, 3 plus 4 7. Oh, value of a I wrote by mistake. It is wrong. Value of a is coming here 8. In hurry I wrote 7. 7 8s are 56. Correct. Somewhere we were doing the mistake over there. So here we can say that the value of a will be coming 8. Okay. So if a is 8, then a will be 8 here. Then ar means 8 2s are 16 and 8 4s are 32. Okay. So now you can add it. You can check whether it is coming or not. 16 plus 8 24. So ar square. So if we add 24 and 32, yes, it is coming 56. Correct. So this is the first answer. Now second answer we shall take over here. The second answer is, we will take the value of r as 1 by 2. So if the value of r is equal to 1 by 2, then again by equation 1 we shall put up the value here. So then by equation 1 what we can see, okay, so we shall put up the value here, a into the bracket 1 plus r means 1 by 2 and r square means 1 by 4 will be equal to 56. 6. Okay, let us add the fraction first. We shall take the LCM 4 over here. So A into the bracket 4 is LCM. So this first number will be 4 plus 2 2s are 4 and 4 1s are 4 is equal to 56. So we will get here A into 7 upon 4 is equal to 56. 7 ones are 7 and 7 eights are 56, and 8 into 4 will become here 32. I think we'll get the numbers in reverse order. Let's check. A is coming here 32. So we can say that therefore our numbers are, once we are going to find out the numbers. So I think they are coming in the reverse order. See, if I put the value of A is 32, then AR means 32 into 1 by 2, that will become 16, and 32 into 1 by 4, that will be 8. So observe, the numbers are coming in the reverse order. However, the numbers are same only. Okay, let us see the next question now. The next question is given over here. I am taking now question number 11. A GP consists of an even number of terms. Means in the GP we have given that the terms like 10, 20, 30. Okay, even number of terms are given, even 8, 16, 18, like that. Okay, if the sum of all terms is 5 times the sum of the terms occupying the odd places, find its common ratio. Okay, means they are saying that if you add all the terms, it will be 5 times of the sum of those terms who are occupying the odd places. The which terms are occupying the odd places? The terms are coming at the first place, third place, fifth place, seventh place, and so on. Okay, so first of all we shall find out the two sums. First we shall find out the sum of all terms, then we shall find out the sum of the terms occupying the odd places, and then we will frame the equation according to the given condition, and finally we'll find out its common ratio. So in the solution, first we shall write down, let given terms are, here given terms of GP are A, AR, AR square, and so on. Okay, now first we will find out here sum of all terms is equal to A into the bracket R to the power n minus 1 upon R minus 1. See, here we have not clear that the value of R is more than 1 or less than 1. So in the some previous question I also explained you, in that cases you can take the value of R is either more than 1 or you can take less than 1 also. I prefer to use the value given for more than 1, and each and every question in such kind I always use the value of R is more than 1. Okay, so you also can take the same one, or else you can take the second condition also, which is given for less than 1. Okay, so this is the sum of all terms of GP that is given to us. Now we shall find out the sum. We can say the first of all we shall identify the odd number of terms. Achha, one mistake we have done here, that we have given that the GP consists of an even number. Okay, so here value of n, the number of terms I have taken, that makes not clear whether it is odd or even, but if we multiply by 2, definitely it will become even. So instead of taking n, we will do one thing here, we shall take it 2n. So here it will be R to the power 2n, that I am taking. The total number of terms will be here 2n. Okay, so now we shall take now first, since terms coming at odd places. First of all we shall identify which terms are coming at odd places. sorry, I have written terms again. So odd places, which terms are coming at the odd places? See, first term, okay, so first term is, that is a, then third term, that is ar square, then fifth term, that is ar to the power 4, and so on. Okay, this will go up to, this is the important thing, up to n terms. See, if if in an GP contain 10 terms, so definitely 5 terms will be coming at the even places and 5 terms will be coming at the odd places, that will be distributed equally. So here we can say that the odd places term will be n, because total number of terms we are supposing here 2n. So here we can say that therefore the value of first term will be equal to a only, but the common ratio will become here r square. Observe second term by the first term, and value of number of terms will be equal to here n. So therefore we can say that the sum, we will denote this sum by s1, and sum of all terms I am denoting by the symbol capital S. Okay, so s1 will be equal to, same formula I am applying, only the difference will come, the a will be a, but r will be here 1 upon r square. So 1 upon r square whole power n minus 1, okay, and divided by, it would be 1 upon r square minus 1, okay, r minus 1. So our r is actually r square, sorry, I have written 1 upon r square. We'll make some changes. I thought the value is 1 upon r square. It is only r square. So this will be r square whole power n minus 1 upon r square minus 1. Sorry, by mistakenly I wrote as 1 upon r square. Now let us write down according to the condition. What condition we have given here? The condition they are saying, sum of all terms, sum of all terms is equal to 5 times, I am multiplying by 5, sum of terms coming at odd places, coming at odd places, that is given to us. Okay, now sum of all terms we are denoting by capital S is equal to 5 times of S1. Put up the value of S and S1. S we have here a into the bracket r to the power of 2n minus 1 upon r minus 1. Okay, that is given S is equal to 5 into, see, a into the bracket r to the power, here you observe 2 and n we have multiplied. Okay, so this will become finally 2 to the power, sorry, r to the power 2n, upon it would be r square minus 1, I am writing as r minus 1 into r plus 1 by the formula a square minus b square. So r to the power of 2n minus 1, r to the power of 2n minus 1 cancel, a and a got cancelled, r minus 1 and r minus 1 is also cancelled. R plus 1 I am transferring onto that side. So r plus 1 is equal to 5. So we can say that from here the value of r is coming as 4. Okay, now let us see what they were asking in the question. Were they asking only common ratio or some more values? We need to find out. So see, in the question they were asking from us only common ratio, that we have got here. Okay, so we'll mark this one as an answer and we shall start now the next question. So mark this one as answer. Okay, let us see the next question now. Question number, now I am taking 12th. See, in the 12th question we have given that sum of the first four terms of an AP is 56 and sum of the last four terms is 112. If the first term is 11, then find the number of terms. Means how many terms are there in that AP, that we need to find out. For example, if I say the 10 terms are there. So initially what we have given, 56 is the value of A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4, whereas 112 is the value of A7, A8, A9 and A10 if total number of terms are 10. Since we don't know how many terms are there, that only we need to find out in this question. So here we shall say that the total number of terms are n, where the value of n is supposed to be find out. So first we shall say let total number of terms, total number of terms be n. This is the first thing I am going to suppose. Okay. Now what they are saying, according to the first condition. According to the first condition, they are saying over here A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 will be equal to 56. Sum of four terms. Here one more thing we need to mention. Value of A is given here as 11. Okay, first term is given 11, so that we have mentioned. Now let us put up the value of A1, A2, A3 and A4. You can apply directly definitely formula of S4 also, but since in the second condition it will not be applicable, so I am doing both the condition in the same manner. So A1 is actually A, A2 is AR, A3 is AR square and A4 will be here AR cube is equal to 56. A I am taking common and keeping the value of A as 11. So 11 into the bracket 1 plus R square and then plus R cube will be equal to, sorry, R cube will be equal to 56. I think this we can mark as first equation. Okay. Now we shall see the second now. In the second equation, because right now there is no use to solve further. If 11, if I transfer on the right side, so 11 will come in the upon of 56 and then it will create decimal value. Okay, so here we shall take the second condition, that will be more better. So sum of the last four terms is 112. So let us see. We'll write down according to the second condition. According to the second condition. Now see, second condition is more interesting, we can say, and we can say a little bit different. Okay, see the last four terms. If I say my last term is an, so what is the second last term? That will be an minus 1. What will be the third last term? That will be an minus 2, and fourth last term will be an minus 3. So one mistake I think we have done, is it given AP or GP? Oh, we have done one mistake, that we shall make it correct. It is given of AP, by mistakenly I am applying the for GP. So we shall correct it now. That's why I thought why complications are coming in the question. Okay, so no problem, we'll make it correct. Conditions were same, but since the repeatedly questions were coming of GP only, so by mistakenly I applied it for GP. So we'll correct it now. Wait 2 minutes. Yes, this is the last one only. Okay, see, By mistake we have applied the formula of GP here. Since the questions were coming off repeatedly GP, so I have applied of formulas of GP only. So A1, that is A only, but A2, that will be A plus D. Question is given of AP. Okay. A3, that will be A plus 2D, and A4, that will be A plus 3D. Okay. In the examination, we need to read very carefully. Question is given for AP or GP. Okay. So now A if I add, that will become 4A, and all the D if I add, that will become 6D is equal to 56, right? 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 1 6. Now put up the value of A here. So 4 into 11 plus 6D is equal to 56. 4 into 11 44, and 44 will go on that side. So I think subtracting from 56, it will remain 12. 6 ones are 6, 6 twos are 12. So we can say that D will be equal to 2. Now let us see the second condition. So here we shall say according to the second condition. According to the second condition, see, second condition I was explaining to you, our last term will be an, right? So who will be our second last term? That will be an minus 1. Third last term will be an minus 2. And the fourth last term will be here an minus is equal to, that is given to us 112. Okay, now one by one we shall put up all the four terms value. So an, we can say it will be A plus n minus 1 into D. An minus 1 will be A plus n minus 1 minus 1 into D. Okay, so this is an first bracket, second bracket an minus 1, third bracket it will be A plus n minus 2 minus 1 into D, and plus the last term an minus 3 I am keeping in the bracket. So A plus n minus 3 minus 1 and then into D is equal to 112. Now A all I am adding, so that will be coming again 4A. Okay, and all the term of D I am taking common, so remaining is here n minus 1 plus n minus 2 plus n minus 3 and plus n minus 4. Okay, is equal to 112. 4A, value of A I am keeping as 11, and 44 will be going on that side. So this will become D into the bracket. Value of n if I add, that will become 4n minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 and minus 4. So 4 plus 3 7, 7 plus 2 9, 9 plus 1 10 is equal to 112 minus 44. Okay, so now further, value of D also I am keeping here. Value of D is here 2. So 2 into the bracket 4n minus 10 is equal to 12 minus 4 8, carry 1, and 11 minus 5 I think it will be 6. So this will remain 68. 2 ones are 2, and this will be 34. So 4n will be equal to 44 because minus 10 is going on that side, and 4 ones are 4 and 4 11s are 44. If any calculation mistake is there, please correct it if you find any calculation mistake. So n is equal to 11. We can say that therefore number of terms are 11. Okay, so according to me this answer is. Let us see the next question. The next question I am solving as question number 13. See, in 13th question, we have given that if a plus bx upon a minus bx, b plus cx upon b minus cx, and c plus dx upon c minus dx, these three things are given equal, then we have to show that a, b, c and d are in GP. Now, before we start this question, one thing remember, to show that the 2 term, 3 term, 5 terms, okay, whatever the number of terms are given, if we want to show that they are in GP, they will follow a simple common rule. Second term divide by first, third term by second, and fourth term by third, and so on. This is called as the common ratio, and this common ratio should come same. So if I want to show that A, B, C and D, these terms I need to show that they are in GP. Okay, so basically if I divide second term means B by A, C by B and D by C, this all three ratios should come same. Okay, B upon A, C upon B and D upon C. Further terms are not given, so we are talking about only 4 terms. These 4 terms are in GP, so this ratio should be same. So let us see how we can prove it these things. First of all, I am taking here the two things. Since a plus bx upon a minus bx is equal to b plus cx upon b minus cx. Let us cross multiply. So if we cross multiply, this will be AB. I am solving little bit, skipping the terms, some steps over here because questions are lengthy, and in the examination also you can do like this. Okay, so I am multiplying A plus BX with B minus CX. So first multiplication is AB minus A into C into X, then similarly plus B square X, and then minus BC minus BC X square. Right, you can check once. A multiplied with B, AB minus of ACX, then B square X and minus of BC X square. Same way I am multiplying the B plus CX with A minus BX. So A into B, that will be AB plus ACX, then minus sign of BX square, minus sign of bx square, and minus sign of bcx square, minus sign of bcx square. Okay, we can check once. A multiplied with b, AB, then A multiplied with cx, acx, minus bx multiplied with b, that will be minus of, sorry, here mistake is done, minus of bx square, that is minus of b square x. Okay, so power we have put up at a wrong place. So this will be minus sign of b square x. Okay, minus of bx multiplied by b. So that is minus of b square x and minus of bx plus cx. So that will be minus of bcx square. Now you observe plus ab and plus ab will be cancelled here. Minus of bcx square and minus of bcx square will be cancelled here. So what is remaining? Minus of acx. Minus of acx we can send on that side, and minus of b square x we can bring onto this side. This will be b square x plus b square x is equal to acx plus acx. So this will be b square x and b square x, that will become 2b square x is equal to 2acx. 2 and 2 is cancelled over here. Okay, so remaining is here, and x and x also we can cancel because x we are not finding it here. So what we are getting, b square is equal to ac, or we can write down b into b is equal to a into c. That 1a we can bring in the upon of b, and 1b we can send onto that side. So see, 1b I am keeping as it is, and 1a I am bringing from the right hand side, and this b leaving in the the left hand side I am sending on to the right hand side. That will become C upon E. Equation number 1. Now I am taking second and third fraction equal. See, initially what I have taken first two. Now I am taking second and third. So B plus Cx upon B minus Cx is equal to C plus Dx upon C minus Dx. So we shall write down here again B plus Cx upon B minus Cx is equal to C plus Dx upon C minus Dx. One more method is there to solve this question. We can solve it by componendo and dividendo also. So if you are comfortable to apply the rule of componendo and dividendo, you can easily apply it and you can get the answer. Since in the syllabus of NCERT till the class 10, componendo and dividendo is not given to us. That's why I am solving by the method whichever you have done earlier. Okay. Otherwise, you can apply that one also. Now B plus Cx we shall multiply with C minus Dx, and C plus Dx we shall multiply with B minus Cx. So let us multiply further. So B into C, that is BC, minus BDX plus C square x and minus CDX square is equal to again BC minus C square x, okay, plus BDX, and last one it will be minus CDX square. So minus CDX square minus CDX square cancel, plus BC and plus BC got cancelled. So what is remaining now? Minus of BDX. Minus of BDX I am sending on that side, and minus of C square x I am bringing on this side. So both will be added. This will become 2 C square x and this will become 2 BDX. Okay. Now x and x got cancelled. 2 and 2 got cancelled. What we are getting here? C square is equal to BD, or we can say C into C will be equal to B into D, right? 1B I am bringing onto the upon of C, and 1C I am sending onto the right hand side, that will be D upon C. Equation number 2. Right here I think by mistakenly in equation number 1 I have written B over there. It is C upon B. See, in the equation number 1, one small mistake we have done. Sorry, it will be C upon B. By mistakenly I have written C upon E, because C B into B is there. So B is going on that side. It will become C upon B. Now look at the equation number 1 and equation number 2. B upon A is equal to C upon B, and C upon B is equal to D upon C in equation 2. Means C upon B is coming common. So by equation first and second, what we can say? B upon A is equal to C upon B is equal to D upon C. Okay, and observe, in the beginning only I explained you, if ABCD are in GP, then B upon A is equal to C upon B is equal to D upon C, and that we have proved here. Okay, B upon A, C upon B and D upon C are equal. So we can say that their common ratio is same. So therefore we can say here A comma B comma C comma D are in GP. Okay. Let us see the last question of today's, question number 14. Then some remaining questions we'll do the next session. So question number 14 we'll see now. This is the last question of today's. Yes, the question is given as, let S be the sum, P be the product and R be the sum of the reciprocal of n terms of GP. Prove that P square into r to the power n is equal to s to the power n. That we have to prove here. First of all, we shall calculate the value of s, p and r. Okay, so what is s is given here? S will be the sum of the n terms of GP. So first we shall suppose the terms of GPs are, let given GP is A, AR, AR square and then dash dash dash, it is going up to n terms. We can say up to n terms. So it will be clear what is the value of n, a and r. Now we can say since the capital S will be equal to sum, that is given to us sum, so a into the bracket, this will be r to the power n minus 1 upon r minus 1. As I told you, it is r is unknown, so I am applying the condition r is more than 1. So this is the value of S over here. P means what? The product of all terms. So P, basically P is given as A into AR into AR square into dash dash dash. It is also going up to n terms. Now see, if you multiply 2 3 times, okay, 2 into 2 into 2, what is the multiplication? That will be 8, and 8 you can write down as 2 cube. So see, if you multiply 2 n times, that will be definitely 2 to the power n. So here a, if I multiply up till n times, I can say that a into a dash dash dash, it is going up till n times, okay, and it is going up till n times, and the r I am multiplying in such a way, r to the power 1 into r to the power 2 into r to the power 3 dash dash dash, it will be going up till n minus 1 times. See why n minus 1 is coming? Because in the first term r is not there. So the total number of terms of r will remain here n minus 1, while the total number of terms of a will remain here n. That is the difference. One a is additional here. However, one r is lesser. This will be a, if I multiplying up till n times, this will become a to the power n. Okay, it will not be n into a, because a we are not adding it. If we are adding a up till n times, it will be n into a. But if a we are multiplying n times, it will be a to the power n. Simply apply the laws of exponent here. Similarly, now here we can say that r to the power, it will be 1 plus 2 plus dash dash dash, it would be n minus 1, because it is going up till n minus 1 terms. Okay, now total number of terms are not n over there. Okay, so don't be confused. So here a to the power n will be as it is into r to the power, I am applying the formula n minus 1. See, formula I will write down first so you will get clearly. Sum of n terms 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dash dash dash. What is the formula of sum of n terms? N into n plus 1 upon 2. Okay, this is the formula. So see, in place of n I am keeping n minus 1. In place of n plus 1, again I am keeping n minus 1 plus 1, because in place of n I kept n minus 1 plus 1 is coming as it is. Okay, you can apply the rule of GP also, because 1 2 3 dash dash dash, it is forming an AP. So sum of AP can be also applicable, or you can apply the sum of n terms of AP, that is n into n plus 1 upon 2. Here minus 1 and plus 1 got cancelled. So we have remained here a to the power n into r to the power n into n minus 1 divided by 2. So this will be the value of P over here. One more remain the value of R. What is R given here? Reciprocal of the terms of GP and their sum. Okay, means you have to reciprocal all the terms of GP and then you have to add it. So here see how to get the value of R. we can say that now the value of R over here, R will be equal to 1 upon A plus 1 upon AR plus 1 upon AR square plus dash dash dash, it is going up till n terms. Now can we say that it is forming a particular types of series? See, divide 1 upon AR by 1 upon A. So definitely you will get the common ratio will be here as 1 upon R. First term will be here 1 upon A. So we can say that this will be the GP is going to form. And if this GP, I find out the formula for nth, if I find out the sum of the nth term, then some formula will be, you know that is A into the bracket R to the power n minus 1 upon R minus 1. Okay, now one change will be here. See, this formula is there, but this formula is for R is more than 1, and in the beginning you observe I have applied the formula for R more than 1. Means I suppose here when I was finding the sum of all the terms of GP, I have applied here the formula which is R is more than 1. If R is more than 1, then definitely 1 upon R will be lesser than 1. For example, you take the value of R is equal to 2, then 1 upon R will be here. That will be 1 upon 2, and 1 upon 2 will be lesser than 1. So remember one thing, when you apply the formula here for sum, we shall not apply this formula R to the power of n minus 1. We shall apply the formula of 1 minus R to the power n. Okay, so this formula you remember, because if you suppose in the beginning R is more than 1, so in the case of reciprocal, the R will become lesser than 1. As you can see, the value of R we are getting here as 1 upon R. 1 upon AR, you divide by 1 upon A. Definitely A and A will be cancelled, but 1 upon R will remain as it is. So I hope you understood my point. Okay, so I am putting the value A is 1 upon A into the bracket 1 minus R to the power n. So this will be 1 minus R whole power n. Okay, and divided by 1 minus R. That will be 1 minus 1 upon R. Here I am applying the formula. Sum is equal to A into the bracket 1 minus R to the power n upon 1 minus R. Okay, and we can say that if R is more than 1, then definitely 1 upon R will be lesser than 1. Okay, that condition I am going applying over here. Now we shall little bit simplify this one. 1 upon A we are keeping inside. Okay, and I am taking the LCM. So R to the power n will be LCM. This will become R to the power n minus 1. And same way, see the LCM is coming here also. So that will be R minus 1 upon R. And that I am taking at the place of numerator. So it will become R upon R minus 1. Okay, so this calculation little bit you need to do it orally. Okay, and write down the final step. That will be more time saver for us. Right, this will be the value of R. Now let us see at the last what we need to prove. See, we have to prove here, observe, we have to prove that P square R to the power n is equal to S to the power n. So let us write down the required things first. We'll write down here, we need to prove that P square R to the power n is equal to S to the power n. Okay, little bit we shall modify our requirement. R to the power n I am sending on that side. So P square will be equal to S to the power n upon R to the power n. That we can say, or we can say P square will be equal to, if power n, if I take common, so s upon r whole power, this will be n. Now it is up to you. You take LHS or RHS and bring the other side. So see, I am taking the RHS. So we shall bring the left hand side, or we may require to simplify both. Let's see. First RHS I am taking, that is s upon r whole power n. Okay, so value of r we got, that is our equation number third. Value of p we got, that is our equation number 1, sorry, equation number 2, and the value of s we got here, that is our equation number 1. Okay, now let us put up the value of s and r. Value of s, you know that a into r to the power n minus 1 upon r minus 1. So that I am keeping here. Value of s, a into r to the power n minus 1 upon r minus 1, and it is divided by value of r. Value of r is looking on the screen only. 1 upon a into the bracket r minus 1, r to the power n minus 1 upon r to the power n into r minus 1, and whole power, it would be n. That is given. Let's see. Now a into bracket r to the power n minus 1 upon r minus 1 will be as it is. Divide sign I will convert into multiplication. So 1 upon a will become a upon 1 into r to the power n upon r to the power n minus 1, and then into r minus 1 upon r. Okay, observe, r minus 1 and r minus 1 got cancelled, r to the power n minus 1 and r to the power n minus 1 got cancelled. A into a will become here a square, and c, r to the power, here I will assume 1, I will apply the laws of exponent, this will be r to the power n minus 1. So we got here the RHS as a square into r to the power n minus 1. Now if I talk about LHS, because we did not get the LHS completely. Okay, so what is LHS? So LHS, what we have, p square I suppose. Let's see, our LHS is p square. So if I put up the value of LHS p square, so value of p we have in the equation number second. So let us put up the value of p from the equation number second. See, a to the power n into r to the power n into n minus 1 upon 2. So that we shall put up the value of p. Okay, so value of p I am keeping here as a to the power n into r to the power n into n minus 1 whole divided by 2, and its whole power 2 is given to us. Now power we can multiply, so a to the power will become 2n. Okay, sorry, here whole power n we forgot. Sorry, it is power n is there, so here also whole power n will come. This will be a to the power 2n into r to the power n into n minus 1. Okay, now continue here, so it will be into r to the power, see, 2 and 2 will be cancelled here, remaining is n into n minus 1. So observe, now LHS and RHS are same. So at last we can write down, since LHS is equal to RHS, hence verified. Questions are very lengthy. These questions now, these are very lengthy. Okay, so you have to make practice by your own once, then only you will be able to solve it. Okay, next session we shall see from question number 15 onwards. Okay.